going to go. We're just swinging in. We're in. All right, welcome to the Rad Dudecast. Before you guys get excited, let me just say we do have Dan Perlman sitting in today. Very exciting. Brendan's not back yet.
What a way to introduce Perlman.
Before you get too excited.
Before you get too excited, this isn't the guy you're looking for. But he's all right, too, huh?
The announcement has been made.
Look, don't get excited. Dan's here.
Only Dan. I mean, way to boost confidence for him going into this thing. I mean, you don't want to thank him for what a great replacement he's been for Brendan during his absence.
Yeah.
Boy,
Nope.
the ugliness has stopped, but the cruelty has continued. It's taking on new forms.
Yeah. This isn't just about your nose. It is also about your general likability, presence.
If you guys are excitedly running on the treadmill, you're going to want to slow down a little bit.
Yep. Don't worry.
I didn't even think how that was going to come off.
Keep cruising at about a 5. No need to stop the treadmill or pull over in your car. Keep going the way you're going. It's only Ugly Dan today.
Those are two separate things.
Yeah.
So one thing is that Brendan's not back yet,
Right.
but he's coming back. And the other thing is we're excited to have Dan here sitting in for him.
I was well conveyed.
No, those are two separate
but-
things. Even though you said don't get
excited
about Dan being here.
Dan Perlman is here. I didn't even do a mic check. I don't know how anyone sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone talking?
Yeah.
Talk.
Oh.
Dan.
Life aquatic.
Yeah, I mean, I think you sound good.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
you
I'm
sound
good. I hear it.
How do I sound? I sound fine. Who cares?
You sound great.
Nobody cares. We're so close to being in that studio. So close to never having to do this ever again.
Where's the studio going to be?
Somewhere in Midtown. We'll give everybody the address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Yeah. Wait, first of all, sorry, let's get some of the homework out of the way. Some of the rough stuff. Was there a bomb in New York today?
Port Authority.
Yeah.
What?
Bright and early.
Really?
It was ISIS-inspired man.
Inspired. So
Yes.
not actually
Inspired, no.
based on the works of ISIS.
Yeah.
He thought they were motivating.
Well, before I say that, was anyone hurt?
No, I don't think anybody was really hurt. I think he fucked it up. He strapped some bomb. He's walking in Port Authority, and he exploded. He gave himself minor injuries.
Minor?
That was that was about it. Yeah.
He blew himself up and only got minor injuries.
I mean, this is why he was inspired.
Yeah.
And not
I'll
fully
say
part
this.
of the team.
You're doing a terrorist attack. Nobody cares about your inspirations.
Yeah.
You're either in ISIS or you're not in ISIS. No
Yeah.
one cares about how you got to be a terrorist. No one cares about the books you read along the way.
It would just suck to be a terrorist like that, because he probably was planning this for at least a year. You got to expect.
you think?
Right?
You don't
At
just
least.
not your wife. You just go fuck her. I'm
You
blowing
think
up
it's a
Times
night-
Square.
You think it's a night before kind
That's
of
how,
thing.
that's how we do
Yeah.
the podcast.
You're planning.
Well, to
You
be
got it.
fair, that's the reason why we've got the listeners we've got, and ISIS has the numbers that they have.
He's got the plans and everything, and then he finally does the explosion, and it's considered a minor inconvenience. Trains
Yeah.
are temporarily rerouted, and then resumes without any delays.
Yeah. If he got away, it'd just be great. Like, what did you do today? Well, I went to Times Square and blew my arm off. That's it. That's all he did. He didn't do anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
I went to Times Square to hurt myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't have to talk when you're eating. We can wait. I'll just fill it in until you're done chewing.
I've got some ideas.
I know. Oh,
But
man.
no, nobody was hurt. It's considered fine.
Oh, that's good.
On to the next attack.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, boy. I got a few things. I got so much to tell you about. I don't know how to fly. I don't know where to start.
Let's get the homework out of the way.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I wanted
Let's
to
get
mention.
let's check
Call it
our homework. Yeah, you come in, you hand your homework in,
Yeah.
and then we'll get into
What
today's
is it
lessons.
normally called, though? It's the business? People go, housekeeping.
Yes.
We got to get some housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Homework.
Well, that's what Sam Harris calls it.
Logistics.
Does not everyone call it housekeeping?
I think just him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sam Harris is the one who has housekeeping.
It's the only one who's got
Most
housekeeping.
people have God.
Yeah.
He's got housekeeping.
Well, housekeeping is also like do the business stuff where they're
Yeah.
like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
This isn't housekeeping. These are just stories that I have to tell you guys.
Yeah.
That
Nothing to do with housekeeping.
whatever.
Oh, so the homework was the bomb.
I don't know.
It's today's story.
I don't know what it was. I don't.
You got to
usually-
comb through the headlines before you have the meal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the appetizers.
I just love the idea that, the nightly news, where, first they're like, we've got all these things on deck, but first, let's get some homework out of the way. A bomb was found in Port Authority.
Was there a bomb? Just asks the crew.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I've got 4 stories, so I'm gonna try to do. I'll do one, and then you guys go. and then I'll do another one, and then you guys go.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you guys to get bored. Anthony,
We're not going to do it like a door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, door number 4 situation?
We can't
He
because
doesn't
they
have
go in
them
order.
numbered in his head.
Okay.
Well, it's
Okay.
from start of the trip to the end of the trip.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
we're going in chronological order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't want to fucking hog the mic, so
No,
I'll do
no,
the
of course
first
not.
part.
Hog away, bro.
I'll do the first part, and then you guys have your comments and your jokes and whatever that reminds you of. You know, we're gonna format this episode.
Whatever it reminds you of.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to go on.
Sounds good, man.
And then when we're all packed up, we'll get back in the car and we'll hit to the next stop.
Yeah.
You know, how's that sound?
Sounds great, man. I got a sandwich to eat.
That's
Fire
great.
away.
Vroom, vroom.
All right. So we're already at 35 minutes? No, 37 seconds. We also have to make sure this thing doesn't stop recording because I didn't check the mic.
We're good. We're good.
So, Dan, you're going to love this guy. First of all, I go to the airport. Well, I
Yeah.
went to L.A., and I was there for 10 days.
Yes.
Very exciting. Anthony, question. Just so you guys know, Anthony's raising his hand and chewing. You want to wait?
So you went to L.A. You get on the plane.
Yeah, he's got a bit he wants to do.
Oh, it's just
Do you want to provide any context of like you're going to LA with the duration
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going, what
yeah.
you're going for, all
Great
these
question.
things.
So, yeah.
Airline, flight number.
So here's what happens, right? I did
Yeah.
this podcast. I think a lot of people, if you haven't listened to it, it was the Snap Judgment podcast. It was about hospital stories. or
Please
whatever.
subscribe on iTunes.
Yeah, and then so this production company was like, they were like, this is a TV show. They're like, this is a TV show. We got to make this a show. And how many times people have said this to me that I was just like, sure,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
sure. And he goes, we got to send you to L.A. And I was like, sure. He goes, what do you feel about Steve Carell? And I was like, Steve Carell's great, right? And they were like, Mike Judge. And I was like, love that guy too. Sounds great.
Whatever.
I'm just like,
Whatever.
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys think,
Nice
right?
sentences, yeah.
So they're like, you got to go in a week. So this is just like off the thing. And I'm like, a week. Great. I'm just going to fly to L.A. They're not paying for this. I'm just
No.
going to L.A.
Right.
With not enough time to set up shows.
Sure.
Just to go to L.A. to sleep on my friend Grant Gordon's couch.
Yes.
And for how long?
10 days.
10 days.
10 days. Not 3 days.
Were the meetings were 10 days apart? Is that what happened?
When I got on the plane,
Yeah.
there were no meetings.
That is nuts. That is fully insane.
Yeah. That is insane.
I was flying there just like, I'm calling their bluff. I'm looking to fight with somebody when I get back.
Nothing was planned.
So
Okay.
we get on the plane. And now here's the thing. The truth is, there was a plan, but I didn't really understand it. So I guess they were setting shit up
Okay.
in their thing. So we land, and they end up setting up 3 meetings.
All right.
One on the day I'm there,
Yep.
one on the day before I leave, and then one in the middle.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Right. So, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to LA anyway. I'll do comedy. I'll meet friends. This is going to be great, right?
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So I get to, so first off, I get to the airport. And I have to tell you guys about this guy. I wrote it down on my phone. He was the best guy I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He walks up. So I was at the LA to go to LA gate, right?
Yes.
I was there 4 hours early because I'm afraid of planes. So I just went there and sat. Before it was a San Diego. It was a San Diego plane. Switches over to LA because that plane leaves. This guy walks 20 minutes before the LA plane's about to leave. He walks up to the thing, taps on the counter, goes, "Hey, what time is this San Diego flight getting out of here?" And the lady goes, "New York." She goes, "What? It left an hour ago." She starts yelling at this guy. Not yelling, but she's like, "It left an hour ago. What is blah, blah, blah? What did you think? Blah, blah, blah." And the guy just goes, "So what, there ain't no other planes leaving today?" Not no other San Diego planes.
Yeah.
No other planes.
Planes.
He's
Planes.
just looking to get on a plane.
He's just here for the plane ride.
San Diego first choice, but you got any other ones, that's fine too.
I heard this
all
is-
journey, no
Oh, yeah.
destination.
I
Yes.
heard this is a trip store.
Yeah.
I'm here for the trip.
And I'm
go.
saying this. That guy doing it the right way.
Exactly.
He's living his life the right way.
Yes.
Because that is an experience in itself to get on a plane, to
Yeah.
fly in the air, to get some peanuts at that altitude. Those are all things.
Yes, be close to the heavens.
Be close to the heavens.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're a fan of God, what a treat this is for you. You're closer than ever. Why
Kiss
not
him on the
treat that
neck.
as its own vacation?
If you lived in 1912 and someone said, "Hey, you want to
Right.
get in the thing that would fly through the air?"
Right.
You'd pay $1 billion.
You wouldn't be like, only if it's to San Diego.
Exactly.
You'd be like, wherever.
wherever we're going.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then she's like, whatever, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, well, what about this, you got any room in this L.A.? You in L.A.? You got any room in his L.A. trip? And she was like, I don't
This
know.
guy's crazier than you.
This guy
You know what I mean?
is crazy. I don't even know he's crazy. He was just
So
like,
you're just watching him.
I'm just watching this unfold.
Yeah.
He then gets on the L.A. flight.
Yeah.
And now I was like, because L.A. and San Diego it's like 4 hours.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
not.
far.
It's not Bloom.
No, they're not close. You have to fly.
It's not Queens and Manhattan.
No.
Yeah.
It's a giant state.
The
Yeah.
L.A. The L.A.
It's a very
trip
large
Yeah.
state. Yeah.
itself is 7 hours.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get into a car and then.
Yeah. No, they have separate sports
Yeah.
teams.
That
That is the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fan base is large enough that it doesn't make sense to root for the nearby city.
Yeah. Also, he had no bags to check and no carry-on.
Yeah,
Right.
of course, man. He's in it for the ride.
Yeah. So I was sitting here I just kind of was thinking about who this guy was, and I was like, one, he's just a guy who says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get on a plane. I'm gonna go somewhere. I'll figure it out when I get there."
Yeah.
Which is amazing and
Yeah.
romantic. And I've heard about people doing that
Right.
before. They just go,
I've heard people doing that with trains.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
Just
haven't
gonna-
heard that with flights, but some people they ride the rails.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he went. First of all, he said, "What time is this San Diego flight getting out of here?" Meaning, he got checked through security.
Yeah.
He bought the ticket, all without looking at or memorizing the plane ticket
Yeah.
time.
That's way more
excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
Post 9/11, that's a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he was
Maybe
passing.
he likes the whole process. You know,
That's true.
He likes every part of it.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Then he goes to so he's getting LA. So that's all I really know about this guy, except the fact I was thinking, like, well, maybe he's just a guy who wants to just go somewhere.
Yeah.
2, terrorist. I didn't want to say that. Maybe this guy's just trying to blow up a plane.
What do
you
he
know?
look like?
He was way too white and rich.
There you go.
You know, so I was like, okay, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he got whatever, but the plane didn't blow up, so we're fine.
Anyone can be ISIS inspired.
Anyway. Yeah.
That's all.
So then or I thought maybe this is a guy whose wife just divorced him. And he went, fuck you, keep everything. I'm going anywhere.
I'm going anywhere.
Wherever.
Yeah.
I'm finally happy. I'm finally free.
Yep.
Put me on whatever's going somewhere
That's really funny.
that's not here.
You want to
Catch
go
me
to
if you
Phoenix? But as long as the bitch doesn't live there. I don't care.
I'm trying to not go to 2717 18th Street. So if you're going anywhere there, apartment 3C, I will go wherever.
That sounds like paradise. Yeah, man, that's funny.
So you're making plans in your head to talk to him?
I kind of was, but
Yeah.
then he was first class.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
man. If
he
you're
was-
You're taking the ride. You're going.
Yeah. He was first class, and I was like zone 78.
Right.
I'm with the scumbags.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see him over. I was hoping I would run into him or hoping I would talk to him, but I didn't
Yeah.
get to
Damn.
hope or
That
talk to him.
is funny if that's the way they did it. You know what I mean? Because what do they have? Like 4 or 5 zones, 4 zones, something
Yeah.
like that. If they did 1 through 3, and then beyond 3, the last like 10 tickets was all individual, so people could see just how
Oh, I
poor
see.
you were.
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah.
Yeah.
Steve had nothing.
Yeah. Zone Greg.
Yeah.
You're just
No bags, right? It's a garbage bag. You have a garbage bag filled with shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the end of part 1 of the LA trip. Do you guys have anything else to say? Anything you want to talk about?
Remind you of anything?
Is there anything you want to do? I don't want to be
Any
selfish.
old memories that are drummed
This
up?
is
Do part 1?
This is a human comment section. Your internet article. Gotta chime in.
Yes.
Let's see if I got anything like that.
Yeah. You got that same story? Tell it back. What did that mean to you? What did you get from
So you
that?
get off the plane, then what happens?
I get off the plane and then just get a bunch of emails that says I have meetings. So I was like, oh, thank God.
There you go.
'Cause I
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you know how? Because I ran into that problem there, going from the airport to wherever you were going to stay. Did you know how to do that? Did you just take a cab?
I Ubered everything.
Okay, so you took an Uber. Okay.
I did.
So getting an
that too,
Uber
yeah.
from
I
the
wasn't
airport,
sure.
though, was crazy, though, because there's like pickup zones.
Yeah,
and it was a
yeah,
little
yeah.
tricky, but I was so excited to be by myself that I was like, I'm doing this. I'm figuring this
You
out.
were that guy.
I was that guy in my
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
You know, for him, it was probably...
You at that moment, you had barely more purpose than he did. You didn't know you had anything planned. Right? You were hoping, but like he was just like comfortable with not having anything planned.
yeah.
No.
Yeah. He was the man. Sorry, I heard a little volume break, so I'm trying to fix your volume.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. You can't hear because only I have headphones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we get to the thing. I stay with my friend Grant Gordon, who's the best.
Friend of
He's
the show?
the progressive. If you ever watch the progressive commercials, he's the guy with the glasses. Or the Boost commercials.
The Boost commercials, those are on all the time, man.
Yeah, he's the guy with. He looks kind of like John. Who's the guy from Jam? Jam from Parks and Recs. Who's the guy who plays Jam?
Oh, Jam.
John Glazer.
John Glazer.
He looks just like he kind of looks like John Glazer.
Yeah, they do have the same. Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're going to Google John Glazer,
Red-
just Google Grant Gordon.
Grant has red hair,
Yeah, just
like
look up
reddish
Grant,
brown
yeah.
hair, right?
It's not that red. I said red. And he looked at me like red hair, and I went, I guess you don't have red hair.
In
It's
my
like
head,
brown.
he's got red hair, and then he's got black people features.
Not really, but he does kind of look like he could be an album.
Lips.
Yeah, he's got plump lips.
Plump lips.
I don't think he does. I mean, maybe.
I'll say
I usually
he
check
does,
those
'cause
things
we had to
out.
do a thing for I don't know, some kind of gay pride or something like a
Yeah.
year ago, and like we had to kiss each other.
Yeah.
And Gramps got these. He's got these big lips, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I guess. He got reddish hair, I guess. His beard is redder than his hair. He's got brown head.
Yeah.
So I go to sleep with him. What else? We go to the first meeting.
You had 4, yeah. 4
We
of
had
these.
3
You
meetings.
had 1 down, yeah.
Yeah, first meeting we go in, and we're walking and they're going. They were like, how do you feel about Mike Judge?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Is that it again?
I love Mike Judge.
Yeah.
And they go, well, we couldn't get Mike Judge, but we got you the dog from Wilford. So I had a meeting with the dog.
We got you a judge. He does civil court in the greater Los Angeles area. They got Wilford the dog.
Yeah, so I had to meet with this guy. He was great. He was like super funny. He kind of got it. He was like a good guy. But then he's mentioned something. I don't know if I should say this thing about the pot thing, right? Does it
I'll
matter?
say, yeah.
That's fine,
Who
man.
cares? So then,
We'll make it louder.
so he goes, the dog from Wilford, when we were talking, he was like, oh, yeah. They're like, well, how's your relationship with FX? And he was like, it's great. They let me, I'm working into the cannabis business, and they're letting me use the dog, and no one really cares. I'm like, that's pretty great. And then we're like, awesome. And then that ending meeting is over, and we go to the next meeting, like, well, what do you think? I was like, what do you think? And they were like, we were all like, oh, we really like this guy. And they were like, well, we got to reach out to FX, make sure that, he's easy to work with, or he's not crazy, right?
Sure, yeah.
So we go, so what did they say? And they would go, I don't know. FX seems to think he's just been dressing up as the dog and selling drugs at parties. And it was like, oh, that's what the cannabis business was? And he's just selling. But he has a successful show.
Yeah.
He has
That
that.
ran for a while.
I don't know what. All I'm saying is, if you're listening, talk to FX. I think they have a misconstrued idea of what you're doing out there, or you're selling pot at college parties, dressed as the dog, which is equally great.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I love it. It's a weird it's weird to see that in your head as like a business venture. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like you're like, all right, what could I do? We've got this dog costume.
Yes.
What can I do with it? I got it's a very strange, perfect idea.
Yeah,
do you know
yeah.
what I mean? To see that and be like, no, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to dress up. I'm going to go to frat parties. I'm going to sell weed as Wilford the dog.
See, but that's the thing, is what he was making it is out to say is if like he's starting like this cannabis business, like a store, and buying these things, and it's going to become like because it's going to be legal in January there, that it was a thing.
I thought it was legal. It's not
no,
legal?
just medical.
I think
Oh.
they just voted to legalize it.
January it becomes legal.
Oh, January becomes legal. Okay.
Yeah. We're doing all the prep work, a lot of forms to fill out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, what he seemed to think was
Uh-huh.
that it was like this giant thing that he's investing in, which
Right.
seems great. He's got a ton of money, I'm sure.
Sure.
But what they seem to think was he was showing up to college schools in a costume, selling people pot for $5 nickel bag. So
Yeah, that seems
I
crazy
don't-
to me.
I mean,
But
I'd
it's
love to
all-
know what the real story
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's probably not what they think, but it's probably not far from it. Like,
Yeah.
This is a guy with, I think it
somewhere.
was like 4 to 6 seasons of a TV show that he created and starred on.
I kind of get it though, man.
I
Like,
can't imagine him having to sell pot at a party.
No, so you think that, but
Yeah.
then all these people we see on TV, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, they're set for life. And then they're showing up, they're like driving hours to go to some audition. They're just
Yeah.
sitting in a room.
Yeah.
They're going to start some business.
yeah, I almost feel like we know that more than anybody, that's kind of what you have to do.
Exactly.
I would always hear that too with like people that like made a lot of money and then got into real estate or something. I'd be like, why would you ever do that?
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
But it's like you never know in terms of like this business, seemingly more than any others. Like when your show gets canceled, when you never have a job again.
Yeah.
Or it takes a while for this, another thing to show up. So yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
that's it.
do weird shit like that to get by.
To get by. I mean, you think that he didn't get by on the
Not
6th
getting
season
by,
money?
but to feel. I mean, I
Or
don't
to
know,
feel
man.
like a purpose?
Well, I guess more so to like just
Also,
pay
we
rent,
don't-
especially as an
yeah.
actor. Because with us, it's like, all right, you can do stand up. But
Yeah.
with acting, it's like I don't know. Those gigs could be few and far between.
That's true.
Yeah.
The ones that really pay.
Yeah. I think he was working on some other things, too.
It's
But
not,
either way.
and it's like if you have all this built up from savings. It's
Right.
like you work, and then you live off that, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So you got to
Yeah.
start your dog business.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you got to
Dog
figure
drug
something
dealer.
out, and you got the suit. More and more, I
got
get
the
it.
suit.
Yeah, you got the suit.
Once you have the suit,
You need money.
You might
It's
as
like-
well form a business.
Let me ask you
Yeah.
this, though. If you're really high
Yeah.
and you happen to love the show Wilford,
Yeah.
and then the dog shows up to a party
Yeah.
and he's talking to you,
Yeah.
you're going to, because I don't know if you've seen the show, the dog, only a few people understand him
Right.
in the show.
Right.
So,
Right.
like, if the dog shows up, you're like, holy shit, I'm high, and that's the dog in Wilford, and then he
Yeah.
starts talking to you,
Yeah.
that's probably the greatest thing.
I'm sure
yeah.
you don't know if it's real or not.
You're like, well, I'm going to buy more of this weed
Yeah.
Yeah,
from this dog.
keep that excitement going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of part B. Any comments? Any stories?
Stories.
I had one meeting out there because was that guy have a production company? Is
Who?
that what it was?
Who?
The dog guy you met with?
No, we were looking for him to be, I guess, like the showrunner, so he'd somebody I would write the show with.
Right.
Because it's also, I've never done a script like this in my life.
Sure,
Where
yeah.
they're just going, they're trying to, because when I met them, they were like, well, we think this could be a show,
Yeah.
but you can't be in it, so we need to find somebody who will make this attractive so
Sure,
that
yeah.
we can sell this thing.
Yeah. But everyone's got a production company out there.
Yeah.
So I met with some. They told me some place to go, and I went. I thought it was an office, just some house.
Yeah.
So I knock on the door, and the door's like open. So I'm just like knocking, and then I creak my head in, and there's like a woman in like a bath towel, and she screams, she's like, "Oh, I forgot our meeting."
I bet you did, you saucy devil.
Our meeting.
I'm sure you did, Mrs. Robinson.
That's a real Weinstein
yeah,
move.
that's a
In
real
towel.
Weinstein move. Oh,
I
the
never-
meeting.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about our meeting. I forgot about my clothes.
Yeah.
A Lady Weinstein.
See, but what happened was she was expecting probably like this really like hot actor to come in.
Yeah,
And then saw you and
probably true.
Yeah.
Jeez, I gotta
probably-
put my
Yeah.
pants on.
We both were probably disappointed
yeah.
in what we got.
Yeah. I bet she looked up like a Don Perlman on Instagram and was like, yeah, let's set up a meeting.
There's
Don Perlman. Hello.
Yeah.
There's
Some
a-
fucking stud.
There's a Dan Perlman that's he was like a disco singer in the 80s.
Yeah.
If you look it
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
like his disco song always comes up.
Dan Perlman.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's part B. Anything else? Anything else? How'd that meeting go? I'm trying to be a good friend.
Yeah,
I'm
we
trying to
got
be a
the
good listener.
dog deal. No, I don't know. It was a waste of time. All these things are a
Yeah,
waste
it was a
of
waste
time.
of time. She was there to fuck.
Yeah, that's great. That's
I wasn't sure
great.
she wanted to fuck. She put on clothes. I sat there for the appropriate amount of time, and then I fucking bolted out of there.
That's fucking great. All right, so meeting 2. You ready for this one?
Yeah, well, I'm here.
This is great.
Part C.
Are we at part C already?
Yeah.
Part
We
C.
finished B, so
Yeah.
Unless you're doing D early. I don't know, man. Not sure how you're arranging this thing.
So now the second meeting, we have to meet this woman at Universal Studios.
great studio.
Like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the offices is like kind of cool.
Yeah.
So my Uber driver brings me. We passed. He couldn't like find it. He goes, "Oh no, it's right over here." Yes.
Now, is this one of the Uber drivers that you're talking to at great length? Because this is the thing you liked about L.A., which
Yes.
most people don't like
Let me
about
say,
L.A. Which
I
I think is
talk
fascinating.
to every single Uber driver.
Yes.
For the entirety of the ride.
Yes.
And I put on my A game.
I was just out of town this week. I asked some great questions. I got great insights.
Yeah.
Yeah. We shared what our first memories were that we each had
Yeah.
in life. So yeah, I know all about this guy now.
I have a set list, a piece of paper I keep in my pocket, and I
yeah,
go,
do you?
"What's the next thing? What's your biggest fear?"
Do you have new stuff?
Yeah, and then if they go driving, I go, "Whoa!" And then we have a laugh.
Yeah.
You really are a dad without kids.
Yeah.
What? That's what I was going to say about. It's actually not bad if you think about it, because
What?
if you're going to all these meetings out there,
Yeah.
it actually is good because you are like talking and joking with a person. It is like a prep before
Yeah.
the actual
That's
meeting.
my favorite thing
Yeah.
to do for like going on stage too. Is like joking with somebody else about something unrelated.
Yeah,
it just puts you in like a relaxed mindset.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Because I'll
yeah.
say, because, especially like here you go on a lot of auditions early in the morning, like commercial audition, whatever it is. So the first words you're saying are to the camera or in the scene or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
always like
Oh, good.
clunky and weird.
Yeah.
So it's like that is actually a good way to kind of get yourself ready to talk to some other people.
Yeah, you practice listening also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out a Lyft driver. So it was like, oh, so what if all your exes got together? What would they say is your biggest weakness?
Ooh.
He's too jealous.
Wow.
He's always been a jealous man.
That's
wow.
pretty good.
That's
Also,
huge.
it's good, too, because whatever that information is, you can take into the meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
People go, how are you? You go, I had a crazy lift
Yeah.
thing, you know what I mean? You can talk to
this
them
guy
about
was
that.
jealous. All right, so you're talking to this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the guy. He's fine, but he's like a really just a fun guy.
Yeah.
He actually. We had a joke that he was like, "Where's your meeting?" And I was like, "The L.A. River, right?" And like that was like a bit. But then where the director?
Here's another thing we should talk about with you is that was your top site. to
Top site
see
I wanted to go
in
see.
Los Angeles.
The LA River.
Was the LA River.
I love the L.A. River. It's never running water in there. You drive a car down there. That's where people have races and kill people. That's so fun.
Yeah.
I love the L.A. River. So what's actually funny is the only time I got to see the LA River was because this guy, I get in the car, and the address that dropped us off was in between studios, and it literally was the LA River. And he goes, this is where it is, the LA River. Is this really where your meeting is? And I was like, no. I go, I think it's supposed to be at Universal. So he goes, fuck, all right. I think it's up that way. So he drives me to Warner Brothers.
Did you program it in?
The address was like a broken address or something.
Yeah, I think Universal in particular.
Yeah.
It's either Universal or Warner Brothers where it's like confusing actually.
Yeah.
Because there's like a theme. The Universal Studios like theme park is like right there too.
Yeah.
I had the same problem there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then he takes me to Warner Brothers, and I just didn't realize, Warner Brothers, it just didn't click.
Sure.
So I'm like, fuck, I'm in the wrong place. So then I had to run from Warner Brothers to Universal, which is like a mile. And that's a lot for me to run. So I ran, I get there, I have to walk up to the street, and there's like this gate, where like the door, the thing comes up, like a toll booth thing, whatever,
Yeah.
So I have to sign in. So I go to the lady, and I'm like, I'm
spent a half hour describing this.
Yeah.
The gate.
I go, hey, I'm here for this meeting, and she goes, honey, where's your car? And I was like, I don't have a car. And she goes, you don't need a car. And I'm like, I don't have a car. And she was like, it's okay. I'm going to write you a map. So she draws me this map. She puts the gate up, which is like, I could have easily just walked around. I start walking, and then this guy, I'm walking for a while, and some guy in a little golf cart shows up. And he was like, hey, man. He was like, he was like, what's your car? I was like, I don't have one. And he was like, I'll give you a ride, right? So he puts me in the golf cart, and then he goes, how much time till your meeting? And I was like, I got like an hour. Like, I'm super early. Sure. And he goes, all right. So he makes this crazy left. He takes me into Amblin Studio. First of all, he drives around something that's supposed to keep you out of Amblin. Yep. He drives me over and he goes, you want to have a meeting? You got to have a meeting with Spielberg. And I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, man, it's awesome. He goes, nah, but he's like, this is really cool. Look, this is where all this shit is. This is where Steven Spielberg is. There's like all this shit. He's like, maybe we could try to go in. And then they were like, you can't go in. And then he was like, you can't.
Damn, I thought that would work.
They were like, Donnie, why are you always driving everybody here? You got to get out of here. We know you want to meet Steven Spielberg.
Plane.
He was just taking me on a nice little tour.
Had a quick landing.
Yeah.
Really settled quick. Still going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he brings me over to the studio. We meet this lady, and she was great. She we clicked, and so I was like, I did really like her a lot. Yeah. And then we have to leave. Then we have to meet the third final meeting, which this guy. Now this one is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
We meet at a coffee shop. Okay. Now I'm pitching stories about me working in the emergency room. That's what the show is about.
That's right.
Right? So this kid walks in,
Yeah.
fucking younger, hipster-looking dude.
Yeah.
Walks in, and we're like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And he goes, before we get to any of this, I just want to say that every hospital show has been done. This is not original. Nothing is original.
Yeah.
If you really want to do this, we're going to need to turn this on its head.
Yeah.
And I literally just go, all right. I'm already out.
Yeah.
I'm already all right.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Now this is extra credit.
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
just
yeah,
for fun.
Those are the best. Those
Yes.
are the best when you have those where it's like, oh, this is just a waste of time right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because
Great.
it's like, okay, I can just kick my feet up.
Yep.
Fuck
This is
around.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's the other thing, you have to like feign that it isn't a waste of time.
100%. I had one where I tell you this where this guy was like, he's like, I'm not like these other executives you're going to talk to.
Yeah.
I like outside the box thinking. I want to go beyond, expand the demo. I'm not just looking for your regular thing. I just want to push the boundaries of what you'll see on TV. So whatever you want to do, work with young people like yourself. So what do you got? Tell me what you got. We're going to make it work. And I tell him the thing, and he's like, we try to reach 13-year-old white girls who drink Starbucks. So I'm not.
Yeah.
13-year-old white girls who drink
man.
Starbucks.
They're the best. Hollywood, Los Angeles, Hollywood, it's exactly what you think it is.
This
in
is
your
the
head.
LA guy
Yeah,
I
and
was waiting
awesome.
for. Yes.
I love when any kind of stereotype, anything is totally redeemed that it exists.
Yes.
There was some like it was like a debate watching thing at CAA.
Yeah.
And so they were like screening it at the thing, and before the debate started, they had a panel of Vine influencers giving their take on like the state of politics
Just
in America.
awesome.
And it's just like, this like 16-year-old kid who's like a skateboard prop
Yeah,
he's outside.
like, yo, I think it's whack.
And he's like, honestly, I think alcohol is more dangerous than weed. And everyone's like,
Like,
No one spoke for more than 6 seconds at a time. They're not used to such freedom to expand.
So funny.
Yeah.
These mind influencers speak in 6-second increments. They don't know what to do for. Yeah, it's so funny.
See, but that's the bullshit thing about LA that kind of bothers me is that what I noticed is that nobody wants to be the dickhead who says this guy sucks or is shitty because then they're afraid that guy will get huge or be wrong.
Totally.
Yeah, that guy's going to get promoted, and you're right. He's going to be running. Yeah.
So those 6
everyone
second
living
kids
in fear, and that's why there's no quality control whatsoever. That's why they're allowed to wear the things they wear, say the things they say, because that could be Gwyneth Paltrow in 2 years.
Everyone is horrified that they're the nephew or niece of somebody
100%.
just going to rocket
so no
ship
one's
them.
like, take that fucking dumb hat off, you idiot. Everyone's just letting it slide.
Yeah. So we sit down with this guy, right? And before we even get started on what his ideas were, we're like, well, what shows do you like, you know? And he goes, shows do I like? Shows do. There hasn't been a good show since Concrete Jezebel, 1987. They did half of a pilot episode, and I get leaked on a VHS tape. That's the last time I saw a good show. Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, buddy, right? He goes, well, what do you think about Ozark? And I go, oh, I love Ozark. I never saw Ozark, but I was just trying to bond with this guy. And he goes, Ozark sucked. And I went, well, I didn't actually watch it. I was just trying to be. I was trying to be nice. I was just trying to be nice. And
I felt like you were leading me that way. So I just wanted us to go somewhere productive.
I was up to He was like, Ozark sucked. I made Ozark. You know what I mean?
Fuck. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. You want to shred my script?
Yeah. Unzips his face. He's Jason Bateman. Unzips it again. He's the wife in it.
Yeah, the movie he told me to watch was this movie called Victoria, which is a 2-hour movie that was shot in one take.
Yeah, one take. That's actually a very good movie.
I don't like that you're telling me it's great because I really wanted it to be crazy because I want to hate this guy.
Man, he Ozarked you.
He did. He just Ozarked me.
I can't imagine the relevance it would have to like your show about working in a hospital
because
it is like
is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Oh,
it's a 2-hour. Like it takes place over one night. It's like action.
Yeah,
it's like a Dutch or Swedish movie or something.
Okay,
it is in one take.
One take.
Yeah,
they did the whole movie.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah.
It's very good.
I heard
it's very,
about
very
it.
good.
Yeah,
I wanted to see it.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds awesome. One take. Fuck you, Jay-Z. It's great.
Yeah, it's not like Birdman, like gimmicky cheating. It's like legitimately one.
That's crazy.
There's a couple of really good like scenes you could tell they kind of fucked up, but they have to play it off.
Yeah,
because they only did it 3 times the whole time.
Yeah,
all right.
Because they just would have run out.
Yeah, I guess Inception. It's cool in the idea of it.
Yeah.
And then a part of me is like, well, fucking get it right. Like you know what I mean?
There's no need.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't care.
You don't
one
have
take,
to
great.
do this.
Yeah.
Well, am I just watching the movie? And go, ooh, look what they did. I want to watch a movie. And be like, oh, that moved me. That's a great story.
Draft. Give me my money. Give me some money back.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not going to pay.
You can turn it off and on.
Do you know what happens?
People do that.
You know what happens in one take? My eyes are one take. My life. There's no editing. I watch a movie to see editing. This podcast has been one take.
As Greg's autobiography, One Take Life, like Greg Stone.
Yeah, he's doing a movie with $1 million like we do the Rad Dudecast.
Yeah, I know that exactly. I kind of
we would love to edit. We just don't have time or money for it.
The idea of it, awesome. I love any kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
But then like me paying money to go see that in a movie theater, I'm a little bit miffed by it.
Yeah, for sure.
So then we're like, okay, so we're like, all right, man, so what's your idea for the show?
Yeah.
And he goes, like I said, all been done. So we're going to have to turn it on its head. Here's what I plan. It's a comedic operette. And I went, oof, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But I hit record on my cell phone recorder
Great.
so I could remember all these things to make fun of him later.
Great.
Do you have the recording?
No, I made that up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, hey, man, specific. Part D is what a climax.
Well, I was hoping you wouldn't call me out.
So the opera.
So then the operette, right? And I go, what's the story? He goes, it's a story of Lenny, Travis, and Clarice. Okay?
All names out of the story.
They're Broadway. They're doing a show on Broadway. Yeah, check this, right? And I go, what's the show on Broadway? He goes, they're doing a show on Broadway. Should I not even be saying this is kind of this guy's idea?
No, this is great. Yeah.
Okay. He's like,
He's giving this to you.
They're just doing a show on Broadway. But here's the thing. Travis is in love with Clarice. And then Lenny is in love with Clarice. But Lenny's the director, and he's jealous of Travis's love. He's jealous of it. So their final scene, the murder. This is also, I am shortening this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This was a 30-minute story.
Right.
It's an operette. Yeah.
Yes, and he goes, so then what happens then is so then Clarice and Travis have their last scene, and Travis does the final murder scene where he has to stab her, but the director was jealous, so he changed the knives, and then and then Travis ends up murdering Clarice.
Damn.
And I go, oh, jeez. And then he was like, and then and now he has this guilt that he knows he didn't mean to, but he did. And I was like, yeah, man, I worked in an emergency room. I worked in an emergency. What is this? And he goes, yeah. Then they go work in an emergency room.
No,
There's
a hospital nearby.
It's in the background.
Yeah,
you
it's
see
there. I don't
gurneys coming in and out.
Every city's got a hospital.
Yeah, I was like, my name is Greg, not Travis. I don't know. The story's about me in an ER, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then he was, so I'm like sitting here, and he's just saying all these like crazy words, doing all these things, and blah, 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 blah. And then what I kind of put together was that, this guy didn't have any ideas for the hospital show, so just tried to pitch his TV show to the people I was with.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the other thing. He probably hadn't even read your thing, really.
There was nothing to read. It was a podcast. You listened to it. And he did listen to it, and he did go to my website and did watch my stand-up and did have comments on those, by the way. So he did a lot of homework.
That's the bet. Then that's even better.
Wait,
that's what he got at.
Did you give notes on your stand-up?
He was like, I watched your stand-up. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, and I go, great. So he didn't like
the other night, I'm sitting down. This guy comes sits next to me after, and he's like, that was great. That reminded me of Le Petit Prince. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And then he's like, can I give you some grammar notes on your set? And I was like, I'd rather you not.
Yeah.
And then he's just sitting there like silently, and I'm talking to the person next to me.
Yeah.
And then I turn back, and he's like, I've really been ruminating a lot about what I said about the grammar. I'm like, that's fine, man. Don't ruminate. He's like, I just respect art so much, and I
respect grammar so much.
I fucked
and you're
up, didn't
disrespecting it.
And that's on me
God.
to reassure him
Yeah.
that he wasn't an asshole.
Yeah. That's what I do a lot, though, to people.
Well, that's what it reminded me of.
I make
so
sure
this is what,
reassure them.
Yeah.
So then we're there, and he does the thing.
Yeah.
The story, whatever. And then he gets up, and he leaves, and we're like, all right. I'm like, okay. Then he goes. Then the guy I was with, he looks at me, and you could tell he doesn't want to sound like, he goes, well, that guy might be a genius, but I'm not sure if he fits the project. And I was like, no, that guy was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
That's
crazy,
so funny.
and he disrespected me and our show and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like that was. Also, I don't know that I could work with the guy just because we didn't connect on the very basic level of just being able to like laugh and joke and work together.
Yeah.
We didn't connect,
Yeah,
which
of
is
course.
fine.
So it sounds like
It's so funny to be like, I mean, Wilfred, that guy goes to parties in the costume and sells weed.
I love that
I'd
guy.
work with that guy.
I much rather would. So then he was like laughing. And they were like, oh yeah, no, but blah blah blah. Okay, so we'll go with the girl from yesterday. And we're like, yeah, that girl from yesterday was great. So whatever, we'll try to work with her or whoever. Who the hell knows? And then we have to go into the final section of the story.
Okay.
Big ending.
About the ride home. Did I tell you about any of this?
No.
And do you have anything to say? Does anyone have a story they want to do
Told me
first?
to ride home.
We kind of told stories, I think, within part
Okay.
C.
Well, I don't. I don't want to be the dick. So then we go. We go to. I get on the plane home, right?
Yeah.
So we got on the fucking plane home, and if you know anything about me, I don't like planes. Scared of planes. Hate planes.
Yeah.
We get into the air. Not 15 minutes into the air, we hit the worst turbulence I've ever been in my life. The plane drops like 500 feet. I don't know numbers, but a lot. I hit my head on the ceiling. The fucking food cart flips over. Food is everywhere. People are screaming.
Yeah.
Ah!
They're saying something over the intercom there.
They're going to keep it together. Come on, wings. Don't fail me now. They go, and now word from our captain. He's going,
I'm sorry.
He's going, rise. Rise.
Tell her I love her. Tell them I love them.
People are screaming, and now I wonder. Now, I literally,
I'm drunk. You're drunk.
as the plane drops, I went, "Yeah, Daddy," which I don't know where that came from. That's who I am, I guess, under pressure. I'm some adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, Daddy.
I don't know why I just yelled that, but
Yeah,
people were
Daddy.
crying and screaming.
Yeah.
And then we still had to get through this crazy turbulence. The girl behind me just is crying, and so then I'm like just trying to hold her hand. I'm just like, hold her hand, and we're talking, and I'm making up facts. I was going, well, because Joe List told me this. I don't know if it's true, but he was like, the wings on an airplane can actually bend right over them, right over the top. That's how much they can bend, because
I mean,
who
doesn't
cares?
Sound right, but sure.
Yeah, and then he was like,
Why
and
not
no
say it?
planes go down from turbulence. Never. It's never happened. So I'm saying all these things, and I'm making ones up. And I just said, a plane can fly over a building. The plane will wind. And she then realized 9/11, and I was like, well, that's true. I guess I didn't really think that. Yes, we have exact evidence the plane will not survive hitting a building. I didn't really think about that, but I was just trying to make you feel better. And then she's laughing. We're having a good time.
That's great. Yeah.
It's crazy when you can bring up 9/11 to make someone laugh during a potential plane crash.
Yeah, that's a rare one.
Yeah.
Then all the fucking stewardesses, air attendants, whatever they're called.
Stewardess, yeah.
All
Flight attendant,
all
yeah.
fucking.
Neither.
What are they
Flight
called?
attendants. Air attendants?
Air attendants.
Air attendants is fun, though.
Air attendant. Yes, they attend the air. They're being shitty. I mean, this fucking girl's crying, and I'm like, hey, can I get a drink for this lady? And she's giving me water, so I figured they had drinks, and she was like, no, we can't do drinks now. Didn't you see what happened? And I was like, well, you're giving me water. I'm trying to calm this fucking girl down behind me. Chill out, fucking lady.
Yeah.
And the pilot was not doing a good job of calming people down. He literally would go on and go, shh. So we had a little bit of air trouble there, and they're telling me that we should be okay, but I don't know. I don't know that I trust them. Like, he was saying shit like that was not calming in any way, and so we were all just fucking. This is the first 30 minutes of a 6-hour flight. You know what I mean? So so for the next 5 hours, anytime we hit any kind of turbulence, which we hit,
I wouldn't think someone who is bad at flying a plane would be good at like the emotional, reassuring aspect of it. I think the technical skills come first, and then you.
I know. They're just like, this guy's just great on the mic. I don't know. I mean,
but
he doesn't know what any of these buttons
doesn't know how to
are,
operate,
but man, can he tell a joke?
Boy, am I calmed?
I want that cocky guy. I want that guy who gets on and goes, yeah, we had some shit, but that's some shit, and I fucking dealt with it. Look at that.
What can I say? It's not my thing. This guy.
Yeah. Woo, rockier than my last marriage.
Yeah. So I watched Chips and Baywatch back to back, which I think were the two best movies I've ever seen because I was terrified I was going to die.
Right.
Every movie is better in the sky.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep.
I watched The Big Sick in the sky and thought it was the best movie I've ever seen. Watched it at home, still think a very good movie. But in the sky, man.
Yeah.
Ray Romano, I was like, you got to give this guy an award every year for what he did.
Wild
so
West.
good.
Yeah.
I've watched that on a plane twice.
Yeah? What'd you think?
It's great. I've never seen it on the ground. Never
Yeah.
will.
Don't.
That's one to keep in the air. Yeah.
Keep that one in the sky.
Keep them in the sky. I did the same thing with We Bought a Zoo. I was like, how come more people aren't talking about this movie when I get on land?
Also, Chips and Baywatch?
Yeah.
Exact same movie. They're the exact same movie.
They got different names.
Just take Highway Patrol out and Water Patrol.
A lot of those,
same story.
a lot of those movies, whatever the vein of those movies, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Like, and I know what you mean. A lot of bright colors. You notice that in those movies? I don't know if it's like a Michael Bay thing or whatever, but like Pain and Gain, it seems like the colors are brighter than they normally are in real life. Bad Boys 2 as well. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Like Silk Stockings, bright colors. Do
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you're
Where
saying.
you're like, that's strange.
Yeah, definitely
Throws
Baywatch
me
had
off.
it.
Yeah, like Baywatch. I remember seeing the trailer and being like, the reds are redder here.
Yeah.
And I don't like it for some reason.
Yeah, give me my real reds.
It takes me out of
I
it.
like colors. That's how you're talking about the one take thing. That's how I feel about black and white. It's
Oh,
almost always a gimmick to me.
yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. I know you're trying to make it instantly 10% more artistic.
Yeah.
and I'm not buying it.
Yeah. I love it.
Well, I would say, but there's a difference there in terms of like the. That's not doing. That's not like them being like we couldn't get it right. That's just them being like, all right, like, well, we want to convey this message. And I'm not saying I think it's bullshit too, but I'm just saying the intention of it is to convey it in like a more. It speaks to the movie or whatever.
I think it's a way to get people to think like, oh, this is artistic.
No, I
when
agree
it
with
might
you.
Not
Yeah.
Like when Bill Burr did the special in black and white.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I just think he tricked me. I was like, oh, this is better. Why? It's black and white.
Right.
It's better. It's
really?
cool.
I didn't. Yeah,
I thought it was a great special.
No,
but
I
I
think it
was
was a
like,
great special.
still, it was better because it was black
Yeah,
and white.
but
It
I
didn't.
think I
That
would've-
part didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I
in
would
that
have liked
special.
it the same.
It would have been the exact same.
Yeah,
Literally, there was no reason
that
to do it in
wouldn't have
black
made a
and
difference.
white.
But there are some things like I've never seen Schindler's List, so I don't really know. But that's in black and white.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
There was like this, and not to be like a dick. What was that like? You know that Wim Wenders movie?
Which one?
Winter's
It's like
Stone?
this like Wim Wenders movie. I saw in college
Yeah.
for architecture class because it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's this movie about like post World War II Germany,
Right,
and like the
right.
black and whiteness. I feel like in that movie,
Yeah.
like made sense.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Like
yeah.
if there were colors, it wouldn't have been as stark.
Yeah,
as
once
I
you
think
get to
what it
war
was.
stuff, because then that's
Yeah.
far
Yeah.
back that I don't even know if there was color back then.
Right.
That's what I
the
thought
world.
when I was
Right.
little.
That's what I
Yeah.
always think is like funny, like a movie like Metropolis or
Yeah.
whatever that's in black and white. But
Yeah.
if they were like, all right, like you know how they do with Gone with the Wind, you're like, nah, but like there's magic and now there's colors or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
If like they did Metropolis, like all the colors are just like fluorescent yellow.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
just
Right.
like ruins the movie because of like however they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the black and white with the world, with it's kind of what you said. I used to think when I was little that because when color TV was with us, I thought my dad there was everything when he saw was black and white when he was younger because they didn't have
Right.
black and white TV.
Like
Yeah.
the whole world was.
I thought
yeah.
the world was.
Yeah.
I thought the world was just black and white
Oh, right.
because they filmed it.
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
Color
yeah.
only set in on
Yeah.
Earth.
People used to be
The
like,
60s.
you know, people used to be like dogs until we figured it out.
Yeah. I think there was more to the story, but I forgot. But anyway, that completes the story. How? Yeah, well, you got an app idea?
Oh yeah, okay. So this is I was out of town last week.
And you have to go?
If I
Hang
was
on.
in, what time we got?
How are we doing on time? You got 8 minutes?
Yeah.
So if you're in a car somewhere, you know, you're driving, I gotta find somewhere to eat. If there's an app that matches you with, because I was passing all these houses, I'm like,
Yeah,
surely in these houses there are lonely old people there who
Right.
would be happy to make me food.
Oh,
Right.
So it matches
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
with lonely old people.
That's great.
That you can go in, they'll make you food, you'll talk to them, you'll give them company,
Yeah.
and then that's it. You'll get a nice meal.
Poison you. They'll poison you.
No, they wouldn't, because nobody talks to them.
Yeah, but
and
they
they're just
can't
alone.
taste.
They're like looking forward to like a census taker coming,
Yeah.
or somebody, because
Yeah.
it's like a human they can talk to.
That's pretty great, man. I don't
Yeah.
see how that's. I guess how do you? Is it restricted to? Because you're going to run the risk of being kidnapped
but that's the
and
same
some
with
weird
Like,
stuff happening.
but it's the same with like an online date or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
So then, what's the age requirement? Is there an age requirement, or is there like a loneliness requirement? How do you work that?
You just you set up a profile.
Mm-hmm.
It looks nice. It's the same deal. Same deal as Tinder, except there's no pretense of.
There's no
fucking-
pretense
It's just
of
meals. This is
any
the food
kind of
I like to
romance.
make.
Right.
This is a photo of me. This
You're
is
here.
a photo of the food I make.
That's not bad too, because then
Yeah.
you're like, even if you're like, man, I'm trying to get better as a cook.
Yeah.
Right.
And you taste your own food. What do you know? So
do you
then,
know?
and you're like, well, I want to get better for someone that eventually I'm going to be with forever. So let me
Sure.
bring in these testers.
Yeah.
kind
my,
of thing.
My grandson's bringing his girlfriend over. I want to make
It's a
sure I
great app,
give them
man.
the right food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that with anything. You get like nerds who don't have kids. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, here's a
Right.
kid who sucks at math. Well, nerd, why don't you teach this kid math?
Yeah, you're driving on the road.
Yeah.
Quickly stop in and learn math.
That's
Yeah.
not bad. You set up a profile and you go, here's the things that I'm either working on or I'm good at.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're alone on the road and you need some help with these things, I'm here for you. Or
Yes.
you can be helping me if I want to know if my pasta's any good.
I think
Yeah.
that would add community to
No, I think so.
the earth.
You should also do this with artists, where you have artists who are poor,
Yes.
and you go, look, here's my profile, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm working on, here's what, do you like me?
Yeah.
And you're just a rich guy who's like, well, I want to sponsor
Well, that's
somebody.
Yeah, that's Etsy, basically.
No, I'm talking, they look at you, and then they go, well, I like you, I'm going to give you $1 million. To do nothing. To do, to just make sure that you can keep doing
you're talking
stand-up.
about just getting money.
Yeah, just give me
Oh,
some
all
free
right.
money. You're the 1%. I'm in the fucking
Yeah.
1% of poor people.
I'm cool
Yeah.
with that. You match with someone who just gives you
Yeah,
$1 million.
He just goes, I'll support you because I like what you're doing, and you're
Yeah.
broke.
Yeah, the chill 1%. That should
Chill
be a
1%.
website.
The chill 1%.
So,
Yeah.
the chill1%.com,
Yeah.
where you can just look at the 99% and then just see
Yeah, I
if there's
mean-
somebody out there you want to help.
That's good marketing for them. Of course, we want to lower taxes on the chill 1%.
Yeah.
They're chill.
Yeah, these guys are so chill, man.
Who's the guy who just beat Bill Gates? The Amazon owner?
Yeah.
Bezos?
Jeff Bezos.
What do you like $100 billion or something like that?
Did he beat Bill Gates? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, he beat Bill Gates. The amount
Yeah,
of
he
money
did.
he has is like,
Yeah. He's also a guy. Isn't there like sexual assault up against him?
what does it matter? He's at $100 billion. He'll buy the country and change the laws.
Dustin Hoffman. We're going to hit that one?
What happened with
Yeah,
Dustin
we
Hoffman?
could hit that one. Dustin Hoffman has been accused.
A bunch
But
of
he
times,
was
right?
accused a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But then I think a new person came
Yeah,
out. too,
yeah,
so now
yeah.
we're at
There's
2.
more. Round 2. Dustin
Yeah.
Hoffman. Yeah.
I was saying this about Dustin Hoffman before we
Yeah.
move on. What were we? I think that am I an asshole for saying that whatever the laws were back then should be the laws? Like if you smoke weed.
Right.
Because weed was legal in Colorado.
Right,
and then we all say, well, drugs aren't legal anymore. 10 years later, we're like, well, you smoked weed then. It's like, well, it might have been different.
That's what you're in the whatever. There's a word for that.
Yeah.
Where it's legal in that
Well, I
area.
think there's also the same thing with mindset.
Statute of limitations?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
Because I do think some of these people, maybe, and I could be being a dick here,
Yeah.
may have been like, well, it was a different time then. They didn't know how much of monsters they were or dicks or they were selfish.
It's like somebody who takes steroids before it was illegal. Like whatever Mark
Right.
McGuire took,
Yeah,
it was legal
yeah,
when
yeah,
he took
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
So it's not
I'm saying it's
suspended
still
now.
for my own sake.
Yeah.
I look at it through with that, and then also going, it doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
But
Sure, yes.
It doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right. But like I get that aspect of it.
Here's why I'm saying this. We've said some stuff on this Rad Dudecast.
Of course.
That people will look back and then go,
Of course.
that Greg
It
said.
does not age well.
That does not age well.
Yeah.
But the jokes at the time were safer and funnier
Right.
and better. And now they're just like, ooh,
Right.
yikes. They don't get
Yeah.
we were joking.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, and I mean, the context is different with those two. Whereas,
Yeah.
like we're saying these things into a mic. We're not imposing our will on somebody.
Yeah,
we're
we
just
are.
saying
We're
things-
screaming in their ears.
Yeah, I know, but they
you have
could
no
just,
guests.
What?
It's not you have no guests. It's not like
Right.
someone could say like, I was trapped. I had to listen to them.
Yeah, yeah.
To you,
They're not in the room.
Right? No,
They're
yeah.
they're in their car.
Yeah.
Right.
This has been turned off a long time ago.
Yeah.
No one's made it this far in the podcast, so it doesn't matter.
But what did Dustin Hoffman
Are we
do?
alone?
Yeah.
All right, tell me what Dustin Hoffman does.
talking to some production person.
Yeah.
And she was taking his order in the morning. I guess he kept being like, he's like, I think you should have sex this weekend. You know what? Have sex this weekend? Tell me about it on Monday. And then on Monday, he'd be like, so did you fuck this weekend? She's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she was taking his order. She's like, well, what do you want for breakfast? And he's like, I'll have the hard-boiled egg and the soft-boiled clitoris. Which, again, may have been, like, legal.
Legal, but it's just, and
Well,
Brogan have a
shitty,
good
but-
point about, well, the guy, that's why you write him lines.
Yeah.
That's why you're not letting him go rogue.
Yeah.
He was. He wasn't improving in the Rain Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all written.
That's
Kramer
crazy.
versus Kramer.
Yeah. And then I said something too, but I forget what I said.
You said. You said that he's used to getting more than one take.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
Oh,
what I
that's
think.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not like it was Victoria.
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
two.
yeah, exactly.
was a full-
He's used to having a bunch of takes to be able to do.
Yeah.
So
Take two
obvious-
without clitoris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
the
dude.
softball clipping didn't land.
Yeah.
Line.
Take
fine.
3. Can I buy you some dinner?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you
All right,
doing
Dustin,
after?
You're closer. You're closer. You're
Yeah,
closer. Take 4. What
That's
do you?
funny.
Let's just get you an egg sandwich.
what do you wanna
Dustin,
do with
you
your
nailed
career?
it. Yeah. Exactly. He's just.
You're
he
doing a great
thinks
job.
He has the
funny.
luxury of multiple takes, and that's the problem
bit.
with these
funny.
actors.
That's
funny.
funny to imagine, like any amazing Oscar winner. He's like, we should see him on the first take. And he's like, I should fuck you. It's like it takes him like 50 takes to
that's
get
so
to some
funny.
like
Yeah.
moving performance.
You'd be surprised.
Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah. Troy was just a gay porno. The first take.
All right, we have no idea how bad this usually is. On take one, unless you're on a set. That's what my friend told me. He was on a set with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
And apparently Woody Harrelson lost. I love this about him. Like he started screaming at the whole crew because they finished the vegan pizza before he could get a slice.
Right.
Just so because like
Right.
they 100% would have just brought him his own pie like to
Right.
his trailer.
Yeah.
The fact that he was depending on the crew's vegan
He's a
pizza.
people's people.
Yeah.
He was like, we all eat together. The crew could be they're monsters. When we did that pilot presentation Anthony and I did,
Yeah.
there was a guy who was eating the entire 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
He was sitting and eating the entire time. I was like, this guy's fucking eating everything.
I'm not saying it's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying their job. Like how many times you're just like, man, I don't care. What is
Yeah.
this clip show? Who are these two guys? I'm
Yeah.
just gonna eat pretzels. I'm hungover.
it's just a day,
It's just a
whatever.
day for them. For us,
Yeah.
we're like, this is our career.
Exactly.
Also for them, it's like, oh, free food. Like
Yeah.
most time they're probably in the production office.
Yeah.
They don't have any
I'm
of
not
those
saying
free
it's right.
snacks.
I just get it. I'm not saying it's
I
right. I've
get-
been a shitty employee, so I understand being a shitty employee. employee. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but
you
if
should
they-
be fired.
Whenever
but,
I'm at
you
the
know.
counter and I see someone behind the thing on their phone,
Yeah.
it's like, I get that.
I get it. I'm not happy about it, but I get it. And if I'm mad at you, boy, am I a
But
hypocrite
those guys-
for all my years at the Apple
No,
Store.
those guys want to do those jobs. Those crew jobs are jobs that people want.
Yeah,
Some of them.
Some
Yeah.
of them.
This guy was a sound guy. He went to
Well,
school to be sound.
Well, all
Yeah,
right.
but maybe he wants to do. Maybe he wants to be in the Philharmonic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wants to be that sound engineer. But for right now, he's got to listen to our stupid
the sound-
commentary
the
about
sound
YouTube
of the
clips.
flute.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows?
I don't agree with it. I put 100% in everything I've ever done. 100.
yeah.
Case in point, our listenership.
Yeah, no, I mean, like with the guy, the thing is, like I was definitely thinking like, he's eating so much, but I was also like, well, if he stops eating and laughs, then he'll have more work if we get this show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was that.
I think you're looking at it the right way. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you're not. I'm just
But
saying
you get it.
I've been there, so
The man
to be
was
mad would be
hungry. Yeah.
hypocritical. But you're right in that sense.
Did you see that shirt, Dan?
No, what is
Oh,
it?
this is another shirt that doesn't age well.
Does not age well at all.
This is a shirt
Was
I found
funny.
when I lived in Miami at a thrift
So
store.
you used to wear this all
I
the
used to
time.
wear it to bed.
Straight
Pride,
Pride.
baby.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Pride.
Right?
And
it's the logo is a guy fucking another guy with an arrow through it.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
no sign.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Boy.
funny and ironic when
Yeah.
Anthony bought
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And now people
And
will just
now
think it's
it
hate.
is beyond irony.
Yeah.
That is out of the question.
Yeah.
Unwearable.
Yeah. That, if someone found in your...
Stranger that was ironic when like gay rights were worse off.
Yeah. That
like
is
they had it way worse
They had it
then.
way worse, and it was funnier then.
Yeah.
funnier for some people.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
We've just caught up to
I don't
their
know, across the
sensibilities.
aisle. Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right.
That's a good one.
Anything else? Where are you going to be? Where are you guys going to be? Want to plug anything?
I don't know. I don't feel like. I'm just like around the city. I think for the next like couple weeks or so. So I mean, if you want to go see a show, just go to my website. And I post them on there. And then Greg and I are doing Fairfield Comedy Club in Fairfield, Connecticut for New Year's. So
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh, yeah, the 30th? 31st.
31st is New Year's.
Yeah, if you're in Connecticut, come check us out. What about you, Dan? What's your Twitter and everything?
Dan J. Perlman. Oh, I'm headlining Caroline's on January 30th.
Oh,
I don't know if
man.
anyone's going to come.
That's
but
great. Why don't you
if
tell me?
anybody comes, that'll be nice.
Everybody go.
Yeah, that
Dan,
everybody go.
Greg
to
and
that,
I will
man.
be there.
Tuesday.
I'll be there.
January 30th.
I said, Anthony, I'll be there. Anthony went, I'll be there. I'll also be
He
there.
was affirming that he himself
I
would
had-
actually be
I
there. That
hadn't
you weren't
heard
speaking
the
for him.
Anthony part. I just heard the I'll be there part.
Everyone welcome. We'll all be
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
go. Buy
Yeah.
tickets. There's probably a promo code. Do you know the promo code?
Dan. Oh,
Ugly
Ron,
Dan.
Ron Bennington's hosting also.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god.
That's huge.
Oh, you don't need the Rad Dudecast bump.
I
Yeah.
desperately do.
But yeah, no, that'll be a fun night. We'll all be there, and Greg and I probably won't even be on it, so we'll just be there.
Yeah, we'll
Meaning
hang out with you.
That we'll hang out with you.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You won't see our stand-up, but you'll hear our podcast skills when we...
Yeah, they'll podcast in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shove a couple shots down your throat.
Yeah,
and
that's great.
set up a potted plant in front of you and have at ourselves.
All right. Follow us on Twitter. Go to the Rad Dude After Dark page. Whatever.